Hello everyone, welcome to Claro Beauty and Life, here with your host Claudia Lara. And here we are again, very excited to show you. I've been thinking about this, and this is actually the first time I'm going to use it. It's not new, I bought it a while back, but today we're going to be featuring or talking about NATASHA Denona. This is a revolutionary brand. I remember the first time I saw it in Sephora, I was memorized by her colors. And but they were very expensive. I think she was the first one, if not Pat McGrath. But I think it's NATASHA Denona, if I remember, when you walk in and you couldn't believe the prices, but you couldn't believe the eyeshadows either. So I didn't buy them then because I just thought it was super expensive. But little by little, she introduced smaller palettes, and eventually I bought them. I think all of them. I'm still waiting for one that is a circle logo. It's a very colorful one. I didn't buy it when it first came out, but now I had to do it. I just had to do it. I'm gonna try with you all things that I know I'm not gonna wear on a day-to-day basis, but this is for fun. This is my hobby, and I just so I did order it. Wait for that one. But today we're gonna be trying the retro palette. Now this is one of the newest. I don't think it's the newest, but one of the newest. And look how beautiful this is. Look how beautiful. The reason I chose this palette for today because I'm feeling this vibe of this, she called it retro, right? But this rustic rose. Since I did some of the Lisa Eldridge's, which, I don't know, they have this, I don't know if to call it retro or vintage, or this sort of melancholic, antique sort of coloring. And given that we're going to fall, so it's very different. Usually we go into the browns, burgundies, more of those fall colors. But right now I'm seeing this trend where it's this rustic, either in the oranges, coppers, or in the pinkish. And the pinkish is more rare, I think, because we're so used to the coppers, oranges, fall, the pumpkin. The cinnamon spy, thing like that. But these are more pinkish. Of course, you can find a little bit of that cinnamon sort of burgundy sort of thing, but you also find this sort of roses and lilac. And if you notice, this part can be very, very neutral and usable and wearable every day, but then you have the pops, because there's different formulas. So you have the mattes, and then you have a little more shine, and then the little sparkle. Now, NATASHA Denona is known for her great formula. She's a makeup artist. I think she lives in Italy. And she really, in my opinion, has come to revolutionize a lot of the makeup, because she started introducing sort of very colors that a makeup artist might use in combination or in very specific products that they find, because they are knowledgeable and they know what they're doing. But I think NATASHA Denona brought it to the regular consumer like me, in a cohesive way. She, in every of her palettes, which I have like 7 of them, it seems like there's no rhyme or reason of why she organizes the colors the way she does, but they go together. She used to have like a huge palette, like, let me show you here. Okay, sorry about that. I was not planning on showing you this, but I just think this is one of the big ones that she came out with. And like this one is the green, she called it the green palette. And if you notice, she had a lot bigger size. This is one of the most expensive, so much bigger. Later on, she started coming with a smaller, you see the difference? With the smaller versions to be a little more affordable. And of course, for us that we use it every day, that we won't go through the whole thing. Yet I did buy her bigger palettes. If you notice, I haven't even swatched them yet, and I had them for a couple of years. It's just a little embarrassing. I just love looking at it, and you know, they're just amazing. Comes with their names. And I will be featuring these ones as well at some point because I definitely want to try them. Actually, I wanted to ask you all if you have this palette, which is the green palette from her. Would you mind telling me if any of these greens, like this one, or maybe a combination of that or that, if any of those compare to the new Chantecaille Tiger green color, which is supposed to be very emerald or very, anyhow, if you have both and you know how they compare, please let me know. I've been very curious about that. If not, I will order the Tiger and compare them because I want to see if they're even close. Anywho, today we're with the retro palette. So we are with the retro palette because I think it's very in trend. Of course, I was debating on using the Glam palette. The Glam palette is a more neutral, cooler tones. Here, I'll show you real quick. I think this is, yeah. The Glam palette, which is the bestseller, is one of the favorites. It's a lot more neutral, wearable, you know, for those girls that just like a very natural look. So this one is kind of a must in the makeup world. I haven't used it as much as you can tell. However, I thought for today and for this time of the year and everything else, I just thought the retro palette was a much better. I'm curious how it looks, and so we'll see how it goes. Now, on second note, one of you subscribers, which I love it, requested if I can do some comparison in foundations. Now that will be coming, it's on the list. But what I thought before doing that was in every video, I will be trying a new foundation on me. And that way I can test it for the day. You can check how it looks compared to the other ones. And then at the end, I'll compile and give you an overview of all of them in a video. I thought that would be a good idea because I'm finding that my videos get long. There's so much information that I just feel like sharing with you. So for today, I am trying. If you've seen some of my videos, I talk a lot of one of my favorites, which is the Surratt Dewdrop foundation. So that's this one, and I use this one when I needed to go out every day. You know, like if I have a luncheon or a dinner, this is the one, or a dinner at my house. It doesn't matter. But if I'm going to be socializing or being presentable, this is the one I wear. I love it. But back in the day, I also bought, because I loved it so much, this other one. This one is also Surat, also number 3. They're both number 3. This one is called Skin Foundation Wand. Now, this one is supposed to be a lot more coverage, a lot thicker, and it comes with a little brush. So applicator, you push this button, taka, 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 and then there's some product there, and then you can kind of apply it. It's still wet from where I put some. And so, very easy. I don't love the brush because it's so tiny. You know, if you've seen my videos before, I hope I'll stop doing this, but I just love this brush. This is the IT Cosmetic Double Down. This is what I use to put all my makeup because it's wider. Look at the difference. It's so easy to apply the whole face with this one. However, today, because it has the application, I did apply it with this one, and it applies well, but I guess because I'm so used to the other one, I just thought this took forever. Anywho, this is a much thicker, a lot more coverage, and for some reason, I feel, even though they're both number 3, this one doesn't have the light and brightness than the other one does. And this one doesn't set as quickly. Like I still feel like it's drying. So probably with this one, I will use a little bit of setting powder. I'm not big on setting powder. It's very rare that I use it because I have dry skin. But let's do this time, just because I think then the eyeshadows might glide a little better. So I'm using the Kogan Do, whatever you cut it. This comes with a little sponge, but I just take a little bit. Woo! That's not a little bit. And then I'm just gonna, you know, slightly bit. And I'm just gonna do it here in the center of my face because it might bring a little bit brightness. Do you see that? And that's it. I'm not gonna do all over the face or anything, especially in these areas where texture might be enhanced. I love this translucent powder. This is called Mauve Face Powder. This is one of my favorites. I have others. I don't know why I have so many, since I don't use a finishing setting powder. But at some point I wanted to try them and see what was the fuss about it, because every makeup artist in YouTube use them. Yes, they're useful if you're doing a full makeup look, like for an event or something special. It does help the longevity of your makeup, and it does help to just let everything in place. I don't use it every day. I think I said that. So in this case, I just did it a little bit so things slide easier. Fine. I'm using the Wayne Goss brush. I don't know what, I think this is just one of those that is used for everything. I'll list it below, but I love this brush. I actually have two of these ones because this is like one of those you can use. See the pointy thing, and it's thin. You can use it very precise. You can use the thing to put more. So, and it's so fluffy and soft and just nice. Anyways, I really recommend this brush as well. Anyhow, look at, I haven't even started about the featured product. So let's begin. I also already put a little bit of bronzer. I did this because I didn't want to start with such a white canvas to begin the video. I think it's just a way to not greet you properly, even though it's already quite pale with the foundation. So, hey, it's just, that's how I feel. So I put a little bronzer, and this is my favorite every day, which is the Tom Ford. I use 0.5 intensity. So that's what I put to start. And I always use, I think I mentioned it before, my Charlotte Tilbury in #1 Pale. This is the corrector. I love this thing because I put it underneath. It's not a concealer, but it does cover a little bit of my blue and purplish and things like that. All right, now we're starting. So, NATASHA Denona Retro Palette. I also have here the mini. She usually, for most of her palettes, the new ones that I'm talking about that are more economical and smaller size, she has like the palette, and then she comes up with a mini. These minis are great. I mean, you can put it in your purse, etc. Usually she repeats 1 or 2 shades that was on this palette on this one, but they're not the same. They're similar, they're in the same family, oh, this is the, yeah, mini retro. I didn't know if I had pulled the other one. She has another very similar Sendo, but you see, they complement, but they're not the same. All right. It's very clever. I don't know. I just think it's clever. Yeah, they're not at all. I mean, you can't find really similar. So there you have it. Maybe one other video I'll do this one. So let's start with the eyes. I'm going to be using, I do have NATASHA Denona brushes. I was going to use the Wayne Goss, but all right, let's do NATASHA Denona and figure them out how I used to do it. So I'm going to use number 10. Ooh, What should I use? Well, the first, I'm going to start with Vivian, this in the bottom, just because I want to do a white canvas. Oh, you know what I haven't done yet? I'm going to do it here with you. You see this? Oh. Isn't that most lovely? It feels good. Just wanted to do that with you all. All right, so we're gonna start with that one that I show you, which is not the lightest. There's a white one, but we're gonna start with this. I just want to kind of prepare my eyelid and a little bit above. And the reason I start right here is because I didn't know how bright or not. If it was too bright, I wouldn't have gone all the way. But since it's almost my skin color, which is gray, it's just a little pink here. That's why you see it, how it starts looking. You look at the difference, right? So it just starts brightening up my eye and kind of prepare it for this kind of coloring. So I'm gonna use it in the other side. I'm using brush number 10, which is kind of an applicator, but it's bigger than some of her other ones. Bigger for all over is good. So already, this foundation is too much for me. I mean, I look at myself and I'm like, oh my God. You know those, at my age, there's makeup that can make you a little more mature looking. I'm already feeling that way, which it's okay. Just remember that, because if I was going somewhere, I would have used my Surat Dewdrop foundation instead. So probably this foundation I will retire because it's not one of my, I have kept it because I always think, well, if I'm going to an event and I need a little more coverage. But no, I think I have others that I would, like La Mer or the Chanel Sublimage or things like that instead of this one. Just FYI. So there you have it. Now let's go to another brush. I'm gonna use number 11, a little smaller. Oh, I'm so nervous. I don't know what to do. All right, we'll go to Go-Go. This is Go-Go. All right. Just because it's not mate. Okay. It's not totally matte. So I know the instructions usually is to just go to the lid. My lid will be from here down. However, because of my hooded eyes, for me it's a must to go up here. Some people say that if you use a brush that is pointy and fluffy, you do this and automatically the fluffy part will fill this as much as it needs to go. But that strategy doesn't really help me put it high enough for me. So I usually have to go with a more precise, like I'm doing now, and actually put it up there. So I love this color so far. Wow. I mean, if you just wanted a little pink something and then just put a more sparkly, more shiny look, I mean, this will be perfect. I don't know if I want to try that right now because the sparkles might then be all over the rest of the look, but oof. All right, let's keep going a little bit, okay? So I just want to mark with the matte one. This is a matte. This is the one we use. This is the matte. I want to now define a little more right here. Oh, yeah. So one thing I have observed when I've seen the little bit I've seen with NATASHA DENONA, she likes to pile and diffuse. So what she says is you put one sharper, darker color, and then you put the other one, or vice versa, like I did today, to diffuse. the sharpness of that other color you apply. So in this case, I put it the same place, both, but if you notice, now it looks a little bit blended or defined. Wow, this really applies so easy, so easy. It's amazing. I mean, I love it just like that. I don't want to make a very, very heavy eye. What I will try right now is just to put the psychedelic, which is this in the center. I want to put that all over my lid. Wow. I always start at the center of the lid and a little bit down here, not up here. Just because if it's too much sparkle, that's where I want the most sparkle on the eye. See, right in the center, up. And now I'm going little by little more towards the inner corner, and I do put it all the way to the outside of my tear. And so outside of my eye, you see that? But these are so nice. Look at that. And really easy to do. I mean, you have to understand, I'm not a makeup artist or and look how easy. And you know what I wanted to do? I thought I was gonna look a lot more made up, but I love that I don't. And I don't want to keep adding other colors, because then it might do that I don't want. So I'm just gonna fill this all the way to here, because I put it just from the outside. But I think if I bring it up, it might make my eye more bigger, because it will show a little more real estate. I heard that from one of the YouTubers, real estate in my eye. Isn't that lovely? Thought that was funny. But it's true. See, I don't remember who said it, but she was saying, I don't have a lot of real estate in there, so I have to do with what I have. I think that's lovely. What do you guys think? So I am going to finish the other eye, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So I finished my other eye the same way that I did the first one. And I apply mascara, obviously. And I put a little bit of this eyeliner. I have Charlotte Tilbury. This is Barbarella Brown. I just wanted a little bit of brown eyeliner. If you want to see how I put this on, you can check the video on Charlotte Tilbury, where I explain how I start from the inner and then how I finish just the side. Very easy. So I applied this a little bit there. And so far, we're finalizing the eye look. I will do a little bit of eyebrow. I forgot to do that. But before I do that, because I want to add a little bit of purple. You know, I'm a purple girl, and I just saw some purple and I want to add it, but I wanted to add it with you. However, before I do that, because I just want to see how it looks, I need to finish some blush, highlight, and lipstick, and then we'll see how the purple changes the whole look. You like that? All right, so for blush, I have her palette. This is NATASHA Denona Diamond and Blush on Darya. This is #1. She has 2 of these ones, and I have seen them on sale in several places. And I like this because it has some cream and then some powder. And so usually you can do the finish with the cream and then a little bit of the powder, and that really lifts it up, brings a lot of but I'm looking at it, brings a lot of, you know, it really brings that color and the shine, you'll see. But I am looking at it, and so this one is a pink glow, which is what I want to put on. And the cream is a little bit peach, the cream, and then the powder that goes on top is a little more in the peach. It will look well, don't get me wrong, because she really knows how to mix her things. But I want to put the powder, the glow powder, the this glow pink. So let's put a little bit of this cream. Oof. Going back and forth because, ow! All right, I also want to use just this and this, or this, this, and this. What do you guys think? Or this and this. Ooh! Let's try just the powder first, this and that. Although you're not supposed to do it in that order. But it seems that the powder has a little more pink and the cream is a little more peachy. So, this is question time. And I do have some of her cheek powders. Let me see if I have them here. Because I was going to use just my Sonia G. These are the brushes that I use most of the time. Oh, here I have hers. All right. So, NATASHA DENONA number 20. Yeah, let's use her. This one is very thick compared to the one I use. So then I have this. NATASHA, yeah. NATASHA DENONA 17. All right. So, these ones that are undyed, you see they're white, usually are more for cream powders. And then the ones that are darker are more for powder products. So if I wanted to put a little bit of the cream, let's do this. Okay. I don't want to mess up the look for you guys. So I'm going to put just a little bit of cream because I want to show you. Nice. Wow. Ooh, look at that. Already started bringing it together. I start feeling bumperized. Put a little bit of the blush on the other side. Okay. Just to bring some little leftover so it doesn't look that bad. Okay. So I did it. You saw my hesitation and a little fear. Because, you know, once you do something, then to blend it out is a lot harder. I'm not good at that, and I don't want to go through that. So I did put some of the cream blush. Now I'm going to put a little bit of the powder, just a tiny bit with this one, a tiny bit of this powder right here, because it has more pink in it. Yeah, okay, good. Although the other peach one just looked great too. All right. So I was saying that she has two palettes of this face, kind of cheek palettes. I don't have the other one, the second one. I think that's for a little more medium to darker skin. Some people use them both, so it's not really. But to me, it seemed like the other one was much more bolder. And I'm already, this is bold for me. So I didn't get the other one. All right, so far so good. Yeah. Now let's put a little bit of the highlight. And I want to use this pink, which is the one I wanted to wear. All right. So she has here some glow cream base in case you wanted to just put it all over. All right, you guys ready? Let's say, no, I can see it. Definitely can see it. What about you guys? Okay. This is without. This is with. Now, she has a diamond powder in here. So, I'll try this one first over here so you see the difference. This is the diamond powder. Wow. Ooh, that looks nice too. What do you guys like better? The pink or the diamond powder? I like this one. It brightens my face. By now, you know I always like that brightness thing. I like this one because it just brings everything very cohesive. But now we're going to equalize it, right? So I'm going to put a little bit of the pink on this side. And I'm going to put a little bit of the gold on this side. And just so you know, I didn't clean the brush, but I used one side for one and the other one for the other. So they did not. See? Yeah, there you go. I love this. I really do. Wow, so very nice. I will have to do another with, I have the Love palette. The Love palette is a lot more pink, just like I kind of did. I think this is a lot more subdued. So that's why it's a retro, the vintage, you know, what we were talking about. Let me show you the Love palette. Yeah, you can see definitely the difference. But right now, since I saw pink, it totally reminds me, because to me the pink is the Love palette. So here's retro and Love. Yeah. So I will do the Love palette in another video so you see a big difference. There's so many looks you can do with each of these palettes, right? So it's gonna take me a while to show you all these videos that I want to. So like I promised, oh, should we do the lips now, or should we add the, now let's add the purple. All right, here we go. So I just wanted to try a little bit. I'm gonna mix a little bit of the Andy, this one, because it has a little bit of purplish, okay? So let's see how that looks. I'm just gonna add it to the pink part, this part. And one thing I like, and it seems like when you start piling colors, okay, do you see a difference? I find that when you start adding color, especially with these brands that are so blendable, it looks more sophisticated because you see a lot of more complexity to the eye look. So right there, I don't know if you can see that little lilac is bringing more my eye color, and you can barely see the difference between one eye or the other. But you see the little lilac brought that complexity to the eye. And I'm just adding it on the top where the blendable part is. And it goes so well with the sparkly in the center. This is one thing that I love about NATASHA DENONA that really helps you, because they all blend so well together and they all go together. And so you can, you know, use them all as you feel like, and somehow they all have coherence in them. So there it is. And just for fun, now the more burgundy one, which will be this one, Groove. I'm just gonna put the same as the other matte. It's just to emphasize. So this one, you wanna be precise and you wanna create a line. You see what I'm doing? And I'm doing this B as before, just because that B helps my eye to be lifted. Oh yeah, so now it's starting becoming more made out, right? You see that? So let me do the other side. And it started becoming more purple. And if you notice, when I want to apply the more precise, I'm using number 11, which is smaller. When I want to cover a little more real estate, I use number 10. If you notice, this is number 10, this is 11. This is a lot more precise, smaller. This is a lot fluffier, covers more area. You see? And then I want to fluffy it up with number 9. So she really has come up with the items that you need, the combinations that are good, so easy. And look how much it changed already to a more purplish look and a little more bolder, right? More complex. So we have gone from very daily light to a little more done to now really amping it up quite a bit. So which one do you like better? The more subtle, the medium, the higher? And last, I like to take a little, I had it here, oh here. This is number 14, which is a lot fluffier. And so now I just blend, right? Blend it all together. So I do the kind of back and forth motion, and then I do the always up, never like this, always up. So yeah, and I'm just gonna fill up a little bit the center, because since I added more colors, the center psychedelic color kind of rub a little less, you see? So I want that to be very shiny and complete. There you go. I'll put up a little bit up here, just a tiny bit, what is left on the brush. Love it. So now, it's interesting because what I want to do is try two things. So first, I think one of her suggestions for this look, which was the retro palette, was to use her new lip liner. This is on color, oh, where's the color I saw it today? I think it's N1 or NP1. So I think this is one of her nudists. I kind of like a little bit of pinkish. I put a little bit of pink so I didn't greet you with a bare face. But let's see how her suggestion looks for this look. All right, so I have two lipsticks here. I Need Nude 15NB named Claudia, and I Need Nude 36NP Amorosa. So let's look at them. This is Amorosa. And this is Claudia. Amorosa, let's do here. Amorosa and Claudia. So as you can tell, Amorosa has a little more pink and Claudia is a little more neutral orangey. I bought Claudia because obviously my name is Claudia. Actually, it was the better of the nudes, but I'm so happy she came with Amorosa because it has a little more pink and I think it will definitely go better with me. So let's do this one. There you have it. So that is the final look. Do you like it? I think it's very lovely. I really do. I like it. Again, imagine with the other foundation that is a little brighter and lighter. I mean, this foundation looks good. It seems that it looks good in camera. It looks a little more made up than my usual Surat Dewdrop. So I'll be considering it. I'll let you know my final thoughts when I do all the contrast between all of them. But so far, this is the final look. What I want to do, if you want to stay watching, is let's try a red lipstick and see how that looks. All right, so I'll be right back. Hello, I am back. Obviously, there's a lot of contrast here with the red lips, but I seen it worn this way, and so I just wanted to do it. What I did also was just put a little bit of color in my eyebrows. I used the Tone 4 This is the Fiber Brow Gel. I really like it when it is a little more made out look. And so here you have it with red lips, pinkish retro eyes. And that's it for today. I forgot to put on a little bit of the gloss, but I have a more neutral or a little more peachy. I don't know if it's too much. I'll put a little bit of the peachy just so it doesn't stay without putting it on. Oh, woo! Talking about glamour. I like her glosses. I also like Pat McGrath, and I also like Charlotte Tilbury. All those three glosses are my favorite. This one also has that minty flavor. I like the minty flavor. Maybe not for every day, but I like it if I am made up. Because, you know, usually when you go to events, you dehydrate a little bit because there's no water, there's a wait, the time to get there, or you're standing, or you're talking. So this kind of minty reminds me that I am glamorous. And it's just a nice little refresher. Even if you're in that talking and then you put a little bit on, even waters your mouth a little bit. So all great qualities to be when you're in an event and you're standing or talking, or I love it. Thank you very much for watching. So that's it. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please do at this moment. It's just a reminder. If you touch the alarm, the little bell on the right-hand corner, that will let you know when I put videos up, which I'm putting regularly. And please comment. Comment below. Let me know what you think, suggestions, requests, even about what you wear. And if you have the palette, how is it for you? And if you like this brand, and if you want to know and see more videos about it, because I have so many other brands and I'm going little by little, but I have so many products in each of the brands that I can really go on and on about the different products within one brand. So if you are interested in any, let me know. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.